What's up guys, my name is Brandon and the iPhone 10 introduces a whole new way of using an iPhone. So I wanted to make sort of a beginner's guide video showing you all the main basic gestures and actions as well as some hidden ones that you may not know about. So if you just got your iPhone 10, you're going to quickly realize there is a little bit of a learning curve to using the device. So my aim with this video is just to help you out, just to make sure you know how to do everything with your iPhone 10 as far as gestures go. So let's not waste any time. So the very first thing I want to talk about is waking the device up from the lock screen. So now with the iPhone 10, all you have to do is simply tap one time on the lock screen and it will wake the device up. And you can see there, it did recognize my face here in the background and it will unlock the device. Then all you have to do is swipe up and then you get to your home screen. So it doesn't take a double tap to wake up the device, although you can do 2 taps. It does only take 1 tap here with the iPhone 10. And then of course to get home, you just swipe up from the bottom bar right there. The same from any application. So if you want to go home from any application or even from another page, just swipe up and that's how you get back to the first screen or to the home screen. If you go to Safari, swipe up, that's how you get home. It's actually very natural and you will definitely get used to it and you will probably prefer it over the home button with time. So to get to the control center from the iPhone 10, you don't swipe up from the bottom since of course that's how you get home now. You actually have to go to the top right of the screen and swipe down and that's how you get to your control center. And you can see you just have a lot more space on the iPhone 10 control center than you do with any other previous device. And then of course you can simply tap right there to get out of it, or you can just swipe up from the bottom. There's multiple ways to get out of the control center. Now if you want to get into the app switcher to see your current apps running, all you have to do is simply swipe up and hold, or you can swipe up and swipe over. There's multiple ways to get into the app switcher as well. I prefer to just swipe up and over a little bit because it does seem a little bit faster, but that's how you get into your app switcher right here. Now you can go into the app switcher to switch between apps, but there's a much quicker and easier way to go in and out of applications, and that's by simply swiping on the bottom bar right here to go to all your open applications. You can see there it's very simple. You can go back and forth to any of these applications very, very quickly. You can also do a little gesture like this, kind of like a little flick over. That's another way to go in and out of these applications, although it still is easier to just simply swipe on the very bottom bar right there, left or right. This is another very natural motion that just feels great. It just feels so smooth and it's so much quicker with multitasking than any other iPhone. Now, if you go back to the home screen, but you want to get back to the application you were just last in, but you don't want to go to the app switcher and take all the time to do that, all you have to do is simply swipe from the left over 1 time and it'll take you back to that last used application very, very quickly. This is super convenient. Now, if you want to force quit your applications, although it is not recommended, even Apple doesn't recommend you do this, which is probably why it takes an extra step here on the iPhone 10. But if you do want to force quit applications, if you're having like an issue or something like that, all you have to do is simply tap and hold on one of the cards here in the app switcher, and you will see you have this red minus now on all of the apps. Now you can either click on that red minus, or you can simply swipe up to quit out of these applications. And to get out of this mode, all you have to do is simply tap off the screen right there, or you can just swipe up from the bottom just like that. Now obviously the iPhone 10 does not have a home button, but there is a way to get a virtual home button now on the iPhone 10 thanks to Assistive Touch. So if we go to our settings, general, accessibility, Assistive Touch, and if we go ahead and enable that, go to customize top level menu, make it 1 icon, and then make the single tap on home. You can see now that we have this button down here that's basically going to act just as a home button. So if we go to Safari, then we tap that little button down there, it's going to take us right back home. Now it's not as quick and responsive as an actual home button, but it does act as a home button, which is kind of cool here on the iPhone 10. So we'll go ahead and disable that because I personally do not like having a home button. I really like the gestures here on the iPhone 10. So next is reachability. So reachability, you have to go into the same menu here in accessibility and enable reachability right here. So there's just 1 toggle for it right there. And to do it, all you have to do is simply swipe down on the bottom bar right there. It's a little bit tough. You know, it's not very intuitive. It is a little bit tough sometimes. So basically just take from the top and then swipe down on the bottom bar right there, and you will get into the reachability mode. So reachability in general is pretty useful, but on the iPhone 10, I really haven't found myself needing to use reachability too much. You know, on the Plus model iPhones, I do a little bit, but on the iPhone 10, I really haven't found myself needing to use reachability. But if you need to, that's how you do it. Now, if you go into wiggle mode on the iPhone 10, you're going to notice now that you have a new button up here in the top right for done. So if you go into wiggle mode, to get out of it, you can either swipe up from the bottom, or you can go into wiggle mode again and just press the done button up in the top right. So it's a little bit different here with the iPhone 10. So if you want to go to the notification center to see all of your unread notifications, all you have to do is swipe down from the notch either in the middle, anywhere on the notch, or on the left side over here. You just can't do the right side because of course that is for the control center. So just swipe down right there and you will get all your notifications right here. And then if you want to invoke Spotlight search, all you have to do is swipe down from the screen right there. Anywhere on the screen, just swipe down as long as it's not on the top notch. Just anywhere on the screen, you will be able to search your iPhone. So if you're in Safari or Twitter or something like that and you want to get to the very top of the page or the top of your timeline, whatever it is, you can simply tap anywhere on top of the device, left or right, or even right on the notch. that'll take you to the very top of the page, and you do get that really nice animation here with iOS 11. So if you're in Safari and you find this nice strawberry lemonade recipe right here and you want to share it with somebody, you want to take a screenshot. To take a screenshot, all you have to do is press the side button right here and the volume up button together, and that will take a screenshot right there. Swipe over and it is saved. Now let's go back home, and if you want to invoke Siri, simply tap and hold on the side button right there, and that's how you get to Siri. You can also say, "Hey Siri" as well. Now if you have Apple Pay set up on your iPhone 10, all you have to do is double press the side button and it will take you to your card right there, and it will recognize your face, and then you can hold it near the reader and pay with Apple Pay just with a simple double tap of the side button. So if you want to power off your iPhone 10, all you have to do is hold the side button and hold either volume button together, and it will pull up this menu right here to slide to power off or emergency SOS. And lastly, if you want to force restart your iPhone 10, if it gets frozen or something like that, you simply press volume up, volume down, and then hold the side button, and it will force restart the device. I'm not going to do it right now, but it will force start. So volume up, volume down, and then hold the side button. So those are nearly 20 gestures here with the iPhone 10 that you should definitely know about and should definitely make your experience a lot easier with the iPhone 10. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe for a lot more iPhone 10 content and comparisons. But anyways guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.